here's the interesting observation I made over the past week. All right. So I'm a YouTube guy, obviously. And so on the back end of YouTube, they have what's called YouTube Analytics. And in looking at my analytics from the last week, it's interesting to see how those analytics correlate with the way that women take on dating and the idea of mystery making a woman stay around a lot longer than if you just tell her everything up front and then she ends up not staying around. Now, guys tend to get frustrated by that. They're like, why can't I just say everything I want to say about myself up front? Why can't I just like be the guy that can just tell them everything and not have them scared, right? So check this out. So this past week, I did an interesting experiment. There's been a few comments that have been left on my YouTube from time to time where people said things like, Harry, we like your video, but you're taking a long time to get to the point of this video. Like I saw one comment that was like, I'm already 6 minutes in and I'm bored. And so here's what he's basically trying to say for the rest of you. So I did an experiment this week. For this past week, if you guys have watched my videos, I've done a thing where I'll say, hey, so today's topic is going to be about, for example, like the 5 reasons women pull away, right? And I'd say, now, here's the reasons off the top. Here's reason 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to go into more detail for the rest of you that want to watch, right? And so I did that for every single video this past week where I would give out at the beginning of the video, this is what I'm going to talk about. And in fact, let me just give you the points right now. They call it TLDR, too long, didn't read. Like for those of you that don't want to stick around, here's what I'm going to be talking about. So there you go. You got your answer. And now I'm going to talk about what I was just told you guys I was going to talk about. And I looked over the analytics for this past week. Now, normally with my videos, there's usually like, it starts off high and then it kind of, over time, as people are watching it, it slows down because like it goes from like 80% engagement to like midway through the video, it's about 60%, which is a pretty good holdover rate, right? But that's when I'm not telling people at the beginning of the video what I'm going to talk about and just giving them the answer right away. So what do you think happened when I gave the answer to the question I was going to talk about at the beginning of the video? Almost an instant drop off. It went from like halfway through the video, the retainer would be 60% to like a minute and a half into the video, the retainer rate's down to like 40% across the board. Now, why was that? It's because I gave away all the answers about what I was going to talk about. And people are like, okay, I got the answer. I'm clicking off. So how does this now correlate to dating? Because again, mostly are guys that are watching my channel. Obviously, Chelsea, hi. That's not including you. You're a woman, obviously. So, you know, there are women that watch this. But the majority of my audience is men, right? And men are the ones that are complaining about how they want to be able to tell a woman up front everything about them and then don't understand why she's not holding on. And yet, when I, as a guy, gave them all the information up front, those men checked out. So this is why it's better for you as a guy to not give every single thing about you up front to a woman, because women like the journey of a relationship. They like being able to take their time to hear about you. They might be a little bit frustrated, but the frustration comes in the fact that they want to know more, and that the only way they get to know more is to go out with you more and to ask you questions. And then what really turns them on is if they're with a guy that's not outwardly giving them all the answers that they're asking right away. And that's how you get to the 3-month mark with a woman, is you take your time, you're patient, and you don't blab all about yourself. So to all you guys that were frustrated that women are doing that you can't do that with a woman when you're with her, I just got the same results from all of you guys when I was trying to do that with you. When I was trying to be up front and think, okay, if I give them the information up front about what I'm going to talk about, then they'll stick around and hear the explanation. And that did not happen. All right. So going forth, I'm going to be like doing the normal thing of today's topic is going to be about this and the 5 reasons why. And I'm going to slowly dole out what those reasons are, because that holds people's attention. Much like in dating, you shouldn't be answering a woman's all her questions on the first date or trying to blab all about yourself, because that's how you're going to actually lose her a lot faster. So hopefully this example from me and what I did this past week helps you guys out. All right.
Tonight's your night to shine. I'm taking you out to have a good time. Yeah.